Welcome to the Matt University Overview of Township Roads. This presentation is a brief introduction to the concepts that other Matt University videos discuss in greater detail. The Town Roads section of Matt's information library provides more information on town road concepts. In particular, document TR50 provides an overview of town roads similar to the content of this presentation. Likewise, Chapter 15 of the Township Manual includes an introduction of township roads, but also more information on specific topics. The first concept to consider is, what is a township road? The statute provides the definition written here. That definition provides two categories of situations that create a town road. One is by the Townships Act to construct, maintain, or improve a road. The other is by accepting maintenance of a road that was constructed, maintained, or improved by a county, and that the town maintained for at least 1 year before July 1st of 1957. In reality, these definitions are not very helpful. Townships will need to rely on other methods of analysis to determine if a road is a town road, and further analysis to determine if there's a maintenance obligation on that town road. From the legal perspective, town roads are best described as public easements over the land of others. An easement is a right of use or access over another person's property. Easements held by townships are public easements, meaning they provide access to the public at large. In contrast, individuals may hold private easement rights, which provide that individual with a right to use another person's property. Nearly all town roads are public easements, so towns do not own the land on which the road sits. Various laws provide towns with protections and powers to maintain the road for the benefit of the public. In turn, these laws prohibit landowners from interfering with the operation of the roadway. Another term often used to describe town roads is right-of-way. It's easiest to think of a right-of-way as similar to an easement. Notably, Minnesota statute does use the term right-of-way to describe town roads and explain that the right-of-way includes the traveled portions of the road, drainage structures, shoulders, medians, and other areas dedicated for the purposes of travel and utility easements. Matt's training materials use the terms town road, easement, and right-of-way interchangeably. This reflects the fact that the law uses all three terms in reference to township roads. While cartways are defined as town roads by law, they are in fact very different from other town roads. Most often, cartways provide an access to a parcel of land that would otherwise be landlocked. In general, a cartway is a public road that is privately maintained. Some cartways are created by the town board upon the demand of a landlocked property owner, while other cartways are created when a platted subdivision road is not accepted for maintenance by the township. This presentation will not attempt to define cartways further, as they are a complex concept that require their own dedicated presentations. For purposes of learning about town roads and addressing maintenance concerns, town officers should consider cartways as something different than a town road. Townships should refrain from labeling something a cartway unless they know that roadway is a cartway by law, because the label of cartway carries with it certain obligations and prohibitions. A township's most basic duties related to township roads is to maintain them to a passable standard. A passable standard is one in which a typical passenger vehicle should reasonably be expected to travel upon the road without difficulty in normal conditions. This passable standard applies to all town roads that are open to travel throughout the year, including on minimum maintenance roads. Other presentations will describe specific maintenance obligations, but the most common maintenance activities for townships include grading, snow plowing, maintaining drainage structures, controlling vegetation, removing obstructions from the right-of-way, and setting road weight limits. Other obligations will arise over time for any township, but these are the most common. Not all town roads are maintained by the township. Cartways, for example, are considered town roads but are not maintained by the township. Likewise, unaccepted platted subdivision roads are likely town roads by definition, but the town has no maintenance obligation over them unless the town accepts them. Many roads that look like a town road are in fact private driveways, cartways, or other roads that do not belong to the township. Towns should keep this in mind as they approach their maintenance duties. Townships create roads in one of 7 ways listed here. Township officers may learn one or more of these methods because of a need to create a township road or add right-of-way to an existing road. They also learn about these methods of creation when trying to determine if a driving surface is a township road. Other Matt University presentations will describe these creation methods in detail, and more information on each of them can be found in the information library and in the township manual. We will provide a very brief discussion here. 1. The formal road creation method relies on a process described in statute that provides notice to the affected property owners, compensation for land taken, and other due process guarantees. This process creates a public easement that is recorded. 2. Dedication by use is a form of adverse possession in which a township gains a road easement if the town has maintained an area as a roadway for any 6 consecutive years and that area is open to the public for road purposes. Dedication by use forms the historical backbone of the township road system. 3. Dedication by owner is a process in which a landowner offers property to the township at no cost for the creation of a road. It is a simple and fast method to create public easements for road purposes. 4. Dedication by plat is a process in which a landowner subdivides land and is required to dedicate a roadway to the public for transportation purposes. A township is not required to accept the road, but it is held in trust for the township if and when the town chooses to accept it. 5. Counties may revert a county road to the township, creating a township road. This is the only method of road creation in which a township has a maintenance obligation regardless of the township's agreement. 6. Common law dedication is a process in which a property owner holds out property for public use, effectively dedicating the land to the public without a separate legal proceeding or document. These roads may not be town roads at all, but may provide the township with an opportunity to accept the road for maintenance. 7. The township could create a driving surface on land the township owns. Such roads are not public easements and instead are created using the township's authority over its own property. The process of extinguishing or getting rid of a town road can be as important as methods of creation, and Matt University will discuss these issues as well. Town boards should be aware that the township cannot vacate or remove a town road if it would landlock a parcel of property. These methods of road vacation will be summarized briefly. 1. The formal road vacation process is the same as the formal creation law, but with the goal of vacating or permanently getting rid of a township right-of-way. 2. Statutory abandonment, or what we call quick vacation, provides a process to extinguish certain road interests by resolution, but only if the road meets the criteria listed in the statute. 3. Common law abandonment is a process in which a township makes clear by its words and actions that it intends to abandon its interest in a road, and the town can show a historical lack of maintenance or control over the road. 4 is a spending limitation that prohibits townships from spending money on any road that has not been maintained for at least 25 years. In that case, the township needs the permission of the voters at the annual meeting to reopen the road and spend money on it. This does not remove the easement, but it prevents the township from controlling the right-of-way. Last, the Marketable Title Act is a law that acts as a statute of limitations on claims to real property. The Marketable Title Act is a complex law, but in brief, it can be summarized as saying that any unrecorded interest in property that is at least 40 years old is void unless the claimant can show activities demonstrating its possession of the property. In practice, this law can affect townships' claims to rights of way. More information on these topics and others can be found in the Matt University Library, as well as in the information library on Matt's webpage. The Township Manual provides an overview of information in a published handbook format on town roads and many other subjects. Town officers are encouraged to contact Matt directly by phone or email if they have other questions or need direction to other resources.